Well, police oversight is being revamped in Ontario with the Ford government overhauling the Special Investigations Unit. Some of those changes include quicker investigations into police interactions that result in death or injury and lowered expectations as to when the SIU is notified. Now, tonight, we get reaction from the SIU's former director.
The police are the public and the public are the police. We want them to be as close together as possible. And the way we do that, the way we facilitate public confidence in policing, is we have effective oversight.
Ian Scott, who spent 5 years as the director of the SIU, has been mulling over some of these changes. He believes a 120-day benchmark for investigations to be completed is a little ambitious.
I mean, when I was at the SIU, for example, there were times we had to wait for forensic reports or post-mortem reports, or chasing down witnesses, and it simply takes longer than the 120 days.
Right now, in most cases, families and communities are left speculating for a good 6 to 8 months before any information is released, and the SIU either lays charges or clears the officers involved. Do you think that a timelier investigation would be a bit easier on families?
Oh, I think it'd be easier to everybody's associated with it, both the officers, the subject officers, and everybody wants answers. I think if I were a member of a family who's had a loved one who had died in those circumstances, I would be more concerned about how thorough the investigation is. That's what I would want. If it takes another 3-4 months, let's get to 3 or 4 months and have a thorough investigation.
The changes also mean the SIU would only investigate when police use force that results in serious injury or death, as well as when an officer is shot at a person or if there is a reported sexual assault. The Attorney General says the changes will focus the SIU's mandate to investigate suspected criminal activity instead of treating an officer as a suspect if they unsuccessfully try to stop a suicide attempt. So this means not every police interaction that results in death will have to be reported to the SIU.
If I had a loved one who was hurt or died in the process of police interaction, I would want to know there's going to be an independent investigation. That should continue, and I think we're going to see less of those under the new legislation.
Now, Scott tells me he doesn't believe these changes were necessary to begin with and believes that the Wynne government's Safer Ontario Act that was put on hold shortly after the election already addressed many of these concerns.